Thomas Pombart here with the Inner Sanctum with Rusta King. Today we'll be speaking about Rusta's career in the amateur boxing and how he's handling life as a trainer and a fighter. So Rusta, as a fighter trainer, how do you handle the workload between coaching young fighters and eventually preparing for your pro debut later this year?
Yeah, it does get hard sometimes, but I'm lucky enough to have the support from the guys in a pinpoint athlete in town who keep my conditioning 100% all the time and always keep me accountable for all my training. On top of that, this sport has been my whole life for a long time, so I don't really know anything else. So as for that, I've got a really good support team. Like my parents, my girlfriend, and 110% wouldn't have been able to do it without them. So it does get easier when you lean on those people around you. But the sport itself, it's everything I've always wanted to do. So it's a dream come true, so it makes the job a lot easier.
So with being a trainer so far, what experiences have you taken and what have you learned from being a trainer?
Just the fact of, getting to know the people around you, and picking up on people's strengths and weaknesses, and just making sure that I take the time to talk to every one of the athletes here, because everyone needs that little bit of support every now and then. And that's the main thing. Mental health is such a massive key to, especially this sport. It's a very hard sport mentally. So just taking that extra couple of minutes to check up on everyone while they're here, can go a long way. And
you spoke just briefly about your amateur career. You're a former Golden Gloves national champion and gone to various Australian tournaments, including having fights in America. What made you want to open up a gym to the public?
I think a big part of it definitely was, this sport in general probably saved my life many times. Just growing up and having this space where I can be myself. The sport of boxing's always been that sport of outcasts, people that don't really fit in anywhere. And I found somewhere that I fit in and I loved. And it's just my goal to just bring that to as many people so I can give back to the sport that gave me everything I have, I guess.
And it's been 4 months now since you've opened up the gym. And from a trainer perspective, what experiences have you taken from teaching others the craft you've been learning for many years?
Yeah, so I was the head trainer at a PCYC for about 5 years, so I was able to sort everything out there. But the main one is just, creating an environment where everyone feels safe and everyone feels happy. A big part of it is, keeping people accountable for everything that they do. And just making sure that the boys are having a good time, boys and girls are having a good time, and they're hitting their goals, because that's the main thing. It's about the members making sure that they're doing everything that they want to do, and just hitting those goals, definitely.
And a couple of weeks ago, you went full time with Seconds Down. How hard was it to balance being a trainer while having a regular job outside of boxing? Can you shed a bit of light into that?
Yeah, that was definitely the hardest part about opening the gym. Was just, I guess, trusting myself and trusting the business enough to support me while I was able to, live out my dreams. It does get a bit stressful at times, but it's a lot less stressful knowing that I'm here all the time and I can make sure that everyone's having a good time and everyone's hitting all those goals. It gets really hard when you're trying to juggle everything up and down, and I think just committing my whole self to the gym has taken on a whole new approach to how the gym looks and how the guys are doing better. I guess just, it is stressful sometimes, but you just got to take that leap, and I took the leap and it's paying off.
And you said you're obviously a PCYC trainer. What did you learn from being a fighter when you were growing up to now that helped you become a trainer? Obviously the majority of the skills, but just understanding how some people work. Everyone's different and everyone learns differently. And just sort of trying to take that approach into the way that I train people. So, everyone, you have to get to know everyone. You have to get to know all your fighters. Otherwise, you'll never be able to train them all the same. It's like teaching an elephant to climb a tree. It just doesn't happen, right? We just, you got to get to know your people. Once you get to know your people and you create that environment that everyone learns, it becomes easy. And final question from me. What do you personally want to achieve this year within boxing, and also what do you want to achieve with the gym?
Well, definitely want to have my pro debut at the end of the year, definitely. And, I'm not too fussed about customers at the moment. I'm not too fussed. I just want to create an environment where people get to learn the sport that gave me my whole life, and as long as I can do that and I can give back to that sport, and we could get a couple of fighters and get a couple of people having a fight, so that's all I need. That's all I really want.